So we're going to start out with, well, why don't we start out with the conversion side? Let's see. We have grams to milligrams. And you should be on the side that has two things. What?
I don't have a paper.
I really don't want you to have one because you're going to have to do it without the answers. Grams to milligrams. Grams to milligrams is 1, 2, 3. 3 steps this direction. The reason I recommend putting this out here is to keep you from getting confused. If you're still missing some of these conversion problems, you need to be writing this out there. So I'm going to take this decimal point and I'm going to move it 3 times that direction. I'm going to have to add some zeros to do it. Because the decimal point is currently here, I can move once around the 9. I have to add 2 zeros. I'm going from liters to kilo. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 steps the other direction. So I'm going to take this decimal point. I can move it once around the 3, and I got to add 2 zeros to get it moved. The third one, milli to millimeter, or meters to millimeters. Meters to milli is 1, 2, 3. 3 steps that direction. So I'm going to take this invisible decimal point that's right past the 8. And I got to move it 3 steps that way. And I got to add 3 zeros to do it. Okay. Then number 4, DA. A lot of people had questions what DA was. Well, deca is the only prefix that has a D and an A. So deca is DA and deci is just D. So deca is DA and it's the only one that has a D and an A. So you're going from deca to milli. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 steps that direction. Once you can move once around the 0, the 7, the 4, and the 6. I would put 746. I would drop that 0. If you're putting a 0 out here, it's really unnecessary. If you had $746, you wouldn't write 0746. So I would leave that 0 off. You could put the decimal point there, I suppose, if you wanted, but we don't always put them. Decimeter to meter. Deci to meter is 1 step that direction. So this decimal point gets moved around this too, 0.25. Centa to liter. Centa to liter is 1, 2. 2 steps this direction. So I've got my decimal point here. I've already got 2 zeros. I got to add 2 more zeros to get that because I don't have anything to move around. So it's a decimal point, 4 zeros, and an 8-7. The basketball court, 28 meters long. How many hectometers? Well, meters to hecta, 1, 2. 2 steps that direction. My decimal point's invisible. It's right past the 8. I can move around the 8 and the 2, and I get 0.28. Number 8, I'm going from meters to centimeters. And these are word problems. If it would help you, you could say something like 15 meters is equal to how many centimeters? If that helps you, I just got that right out of my problem. But anyway, I'm going from meters to centimeters. That's 1, 2. That's 2 steps that direction. So then I'm going to take my decimal point, which is on this side of the 5 right there, and I have to add zeros, and I get 1,500 or 1,500. In track, you run a 3,200 meter race. How many kilometers is that? So meters to kilometers, 1, 2, 3. 3 steps that way. So I'm going to take this decimal point, I'm going to move it 3 steps, and I get 3.2. I would probably remove all the extra zeros. It's just clearer that way. Because those 2 zeros, you don't really need to write them out there. Okay. If you run a 400-meter hurdle, how many millimeters? So meters to millimeters. Meters to milli, 1, 2, 3. 3 steps that direction. So I'm going to have to take my zero or my decimal point that's right there behind the 0, and I'm going to have to add 3 zeros because I don't have anything to move around. So it's 400,000. You carry groceries into the house at 25.4 meters. How many hectometers? So meters to hectometers, 1, 2. 2 steps that direction. So I'm going to take this decimal point and move it across both of those, and I get 0.254. And the last one, the racer at Kings Island is 88 feet tall, which is 26.8224 meters. How many centimeters is that? I had a lot of people that asked me what to do with the 88. Nothing. If you read the question, I already converted it for you. So I'm going from meters to centimeters, 1, 2, 2 in that direction. So I got to take this decimal point and move it 2. So I get 2.24. The reason I put that in there is a lot of you try to put all the numbers in when you do a problem, and sometimes there's numbers in your problem you don't even need. And that's something you got to read the question.